morning, my dear students. How are you? Fine. Okay, I'm also fine. Welcome back to the English class. Have you read the lesson which I taught in the previous class? Yes. You read the lesson. You wrote the profile of Vaikom Muhammad Bashir and sent to me. Okay, very good. Let's continue the lesson. So now you have an idea about homeopath. Okay. Now he is going to explain about that incident which he couldn't forget in his life. What was that? I took off my black coat, white shirt and not so white vest and hung them up. I opened the two windows in the room. It was an outer room with one wall facing the open yard. It had a tiled roof with long supporting gables that rested on the beam over the wall. There was no ceiling. There was a regular traffic of rats to and from the beam. I made my bed and pulled it close to the wall. I lay down, but I could not sleep. I got up and went out to the veranda for a little air, but the wind god seemed to have taken time off. So what is the paragraph saying? I took off. I took off means he removed his black coat. He wore a black coat, so he removed it first, then white shirt, and then what? Not so white. Shirt was white, but his vest, white vest. Vest means a garment worn under the shirt. Vest will be there, no? So his vest, it is named as what? Yes, it is vest. It is white vest, but it is the vest of our homeopath was not so white. He hung them up. Then I opened the two windows in the room. I told you it was a summer night, so there was no electricity, which means fan will not be there, nothing. So only natural wind will be there. So for getting that natural wind, he opened the windows. Then it was an outer room with one wall facing the open yard. It was an outer room, a projecting one, and to the open yard. It had a tiled roof. It was not a concrete roof. It was it had a tiled roof with long supporting gables. Long means gables means what? The upper part of the end wall of a building between two sloping sides of the roof that is shaped like a triangle. Triangle like this, and all this roof will be covered with tiles. Then there was no ceiling. So what was the problem? The triangle will be there, no? And these were covered with the tiles, and there was no ceiling. If there is no ceiling, what will happen? There was a regular traffic of rats to and from the beam. There was a beam, two sides beam will be there. So from that what was there? There was a regular traffic of what? That rats were there. Rats crossing every time, night time, especially night time. So he said it as what? A regular traffic of rats were there above him. So that's why first of all he said the sound was familiar to him. Then I made my bed. Now he is going to sleep. So he made his bed. Dust were there, so he cleaned that bed. Then and pulled it close to the wall, and he pulled that bed toward close to that were windows. Why? Because to get that air. Then I lay down, but I could not sleep. Then he lay down. But could he sleep? No, he couldn't sleep. Why? It was very hot. I got up and went out to the veranda for a little air. So he thought there would be air in the veranda. So he went to that veranda. But the wind god seemed to have taken time off. Then he says what? No? He says what? The wind god seemed to have taken time off. The wind god left the place. That's why there was no wind. Okay, so inside the room it was very hot, and outside the room means in that veranda also there was hot. So I went back into the room and sat down on the chair. So what is there to do? Both places are same. So he went, he couldn't sleep, so he went and sat down on the chair. I opened the box beneath the table and took out a book, the Materia Medica. Yes. Then what? He was going to read a book. There was no mobile, I already told you. So what? Now, if you get up from the sleep, most of you might search for what? Yes, mobile phone. Most of the people. You are not like that. Because you are children, you do not have phone. No problem. Okay. So, here our homeopath searched for the book and he got a book, the Materia Medica. I opened it at the table on which stood the lamp and a large mirror. I opened it at the table on which stood the lamp and a large mirror. Lamp was there. Nearby that lamp, what was there? There was a mirror. A small comb lay beside the mirror. There was a comb also. Mirror, comb. Then one feels tempted to look into a mirror when it is near. I took a look. In those days, I was a great admirer of beauty, and I believed in making myself look handsome. I was unmarried and was a doctor. I felt I had to make my presence felt. I picked up the comb and ran it through my hair and adjusted the parting so that it looked straight and neat. Again, I hear that sound from above. Then what? One feels tempted to look into a mirror when it is near. Yes, it is a common feeling of all. What? If there is a mirror and a mirror, automatically we will take that mirror. And what? And we will enjoy the beauty of us. No? Yes. So, he was tempted to look into the mirror. So, he tempted, that's why he took it in his hand. In those days, I was a great admirer of beauty. He was young. So what? He was a great admirer of what? Beauty, and I believed in making myself look handsome. Youngsters, they will be like that. They will spend most of their time in front of a mirror. Yes, both boys and girls. I think girls may spend more time. No, now boys also. Okay. Then I was unmarried and I was a doctor. Then he explains about himself. What? He is unmarried. Not married. So what? He will give. He will spend more time for what? Admiring his beauty. And he was a doctor. I felt and I had to make my presence felt. I felt I had to make my presence felt. If you are very beautiful, if you are very handsome, all others will feel your presence. So he felt like that. He thought his presence should be felt to others. So I picked up the comb and ran it through my hair and adjusted the parting so that it looked straight and neat. On those days, parting that that hair into two sides, and there will be a parting line. So he made it very clear. Again, I hear that sound from the above. While he was doing, he heard the same sound. I took a close look at my face in the mirror. Then he took a close look at his mirror. I made an important decision. By looking at the mirror, he took a decision. What was the decision? I would shave daily and grow a thin mustache to look more handsome. What was the decision taken by the homeopath after looking at the mirror? Yes, he took a decision to shave daily, and also took a decision to keep a thin mustache. That was the fashion of that time. So he took such a decision. I was, after all, a bachelor and a doctor. He is not a common man. He is a bachelor, not only a bachelor, but also a doctor. So others may be attracted by him. Okay. So I looked into the mirror and smiled. Then he looked at the mirror and he smiled. Why? Because he was very happy to see that handsome. Then it was an attractive smile. Then he himself saying, my smile was very attractive one. I made another earth-shaking decision. Then what? By looking at the mirror, he is taking some decision, very important decision. Here, earth-shaking means such a great decision. What was the earth-shaking decision? I would always keep that attractive smile on my face. Whenever we look at the mirror, we will smile and it will be very beautiful. No? Yes, so he took a decision. I will keep the same smile when always I will keep that smile. That was the earth-shaking decision taken by the homeopath. Why? To look more handsome. Why did he take such a decision? If a person smiles, he will be more beautiful and handsome. She will be very beautiful or he will be handsome. When one person smiles, they will be very beautiful or handsome. Okay. I was after all a bachelor and a doctor, two on top of it. That's what every time he says the same. I am a bachelor and a homeo doctor. So what? So I all will feel my presence. So I have the right to do like this, like that. He is thinking. Again came that noise from above. That same noise came from above. I got up. Then he got up. He was sitting. He got up and lit a beedi and paced up down the room. Then what? He got up. He lit a beedi, and paced up and down the room. He just walked here and there. Then another lovely thought struck me while he was walking. Another thought came to his. Thought means what? A lovely thought. What was a lovely thought came to his mind? I would marry. What was the lovable or lovely thought came to his mind? I would marry. Yes, I would get married to a woman doctor who had plenty of money and a good medical practice. Then he took a decision to marry whom now? To whom? Yes, a doctor. Whom should have whom should have plenty of money and a good medical practice. She should earn a big amount of money, and also what? It should be a good medical practitioner. If she is a good medical practitioner, she can easily earn money. So what? Our homeopath is not ready to hard work. Yes, so he took such a lovely decision, we can say, a very important decision in his life, that he would marry, and that that girl should be a medical practitioner, a doctor. Then she had to be fat. Another thing, she had to be fat. That girl should be fat for a valid reason. Then another condition was that in his mind. What is that condition? That girl should be fat. Why? Because of a valid reason, means a very important reason. What was the reason, If I made some silly mistake, I needed to run away, she should not be able to run after me and catch me. That was the valid reason. What? If he makes any mistake, if his wife runs behind him, means what? She should not catch him. If she is very thin, lean, she will run very speedily and she may catch him. So what? She should be very fat. These were the thoughts of our homeopath. Got it? Then, with such thought in my mind, I resumed my seat in the chair in front of the table. There were no more sound from above. Yes. So what? By these type of thoughts, our homeopath who sat there, there were no sound. So he thought the rats might have gone to sleep. So he was very happy. Okay. So let me stop there. Have you got an idea about this lesson now? Yes. Till now, we discussed about the thoughts, important decisions taken by whom? Taken by our homeopath. So what were the main decisions taken by the homeopath? And his thoughts, all we discussed. So that side question answers, you have to read the side question answers and you have to write down the answers and send me. Okay? So read the lesson very carefully and find out the side question answers and write it and send to me. Okay? Thank you.